Good afternoon, friends. Today, in 11th class mathematics, chapter 3 trigonometric functions, we are going to solve examples of exercise 3.4. That is the last exercise of this chapter, trigonometric equations. I hope you have understood all the basics of this exercise. What are principal solutions, general solutions, and how to find principal solution and general solutions. So from today we will start with exercise. First of all, we will solve examples of this exercise. Only 4 to 5 examples, 6, 7 examples are there. So first we can solve them and then start our exercise. So our first example is example number. First it is our examples. Our first example is example number 18. This says find the principal solutions of the equation sin x equal to root 3 by 2. Okay, sin x is equal to root 3 by 2 means in this we have to find the value of x. Okay, now we know sin pi by 3 means 60 degree is equal to root 3 by 2. Okay, and if we compare this, what we get, that x is equal to pi by 3. Okay, one solution we have found out. Now we will check, is there any more solution? So principal solutions are the solutions of trigonometric equations for which x lies between 0 and 2 pi, means x must lie between 0 and 2 pi. Okay, first of all we draw this graph. Now sin is positive in which quadrants? Here and here. Okay, and now we have found one value of x, that is pi by 3. In which quadrant do this pi by 3 lie? This lies in first quadrant. Pi by 3 is here. Means if it lies in first quadrant, there is also one value in quadrant 2 for which sin x is equal to root 3 by 2. Okay. Okay. So I can write this as sin pi minus pi by 3. Why am I writing in this way? I can write it in this way, pi by 2 plus pi by 3. Okay, or I can say in this way I can write pi by 6. But why am I not writing it in this way? Why? Because we know at pi by 2 our phase changes. Phase changes means our sine will be converted into cos of something. But we want this in sine only. So either I can write just the angle, or I can subtract or add from pi. But if I will add, it will be in third quadrant, but here it is negative. So in second quadrant what I can write? Pi minus something. And we know sin pi minus something is equal to, or if we say it as x, then sin pi minus x will be sin x, that is our pi by 3. Again we got sin pi by 3. But what is pi minus pi by 3? Sin pi minus pi by 3 is 2 pi by 3. Okay, means sin 2 pi by 3 I can write sin pi minus pi by 3. That I can write as sin pi by 3, that is equal to I root 3 by 2. So sine 2 pi by 3 is also equal to root 3 by 2, and sine pi by 3 is also equal to root 3 by 2, and these both lie between 0 and 2 pi. Therefore the principal solution of this question will be x equal to pi by 3 and 2 pi by 3. Okay, understood? Now similarly, in next question number 19, it is an example. It is asking the principal solutions of tangent x equal to minus 1 by root 3. Okay, now again we will make a graph. In which quadrants is tangent x negative? Because tangent x is given to equal to minus 1 by root 3, so we will check in which quadrants is it negative. It is negative in second and in fourth. Okay, so we have to write in such a way that we get our angle in second or fourth quadrant. Okay, first thing we know that tangent pi by 6, it is in first quadrant. Tangent pi by 6 is 1 by root 3. Okay, but if I write tangent pi minus pi by 6, at pi phase does not changes, it will remain in tangent. Okay, pi minus pi by 6 means second quadrant. Second quadrant means tangent will be negative here. Okay, and now tangent pi minus x will be equal to minus tangent x, and what is our x here? Pi by 6. Now tangent pi by 6 value is 1 by root 3, so minus sign as it is, tangent pi by 6 is 1 by root 3, the same that is given in my question. Means tangent pi minus pi by 6 is equal to minus 1 by root 3. And what is pi minus pi by 6? Pi minus pi by 6 is 5 pi by 6. Means tangent 5 pi by 6 is equal to minus 1 by root 3. From here what I get? That x value is 5 pi by 6. Okay, so one value we have got. Now it lies in second quadrant. So this is done. Now I find a value for which tangent lies in fourth quadrant, and our answer is minus 1 by root 3. Okay, so I can write it as something like that: tangent 2 pi minus pi by 6. Again a 2 pi phase does not changes, and I will get again a tangent. 2 pi minus pi by 6 means fourth quadrant, and in fourth quadrant tangent is negative. Again a negative sign. Now again tangent 2 pi minus x will be equal to minus tangent x. X is my pi by 6. Now think of it that why again have I used the same angle pi by 6? Why I have used it? Because we know the tangent pi by 6 is 1 by root 3. Only we have to add one negative angle to it. Okay, and I know that whenever I will subtract or add in pi or pi by 2, I will get the same angle. Same here and same it was with pi. Okay, that's why I am using the angle which is required to me. Now again I got minus tangent pi by 6, and minus tangent pi by 6 is again equal to minus 1 by root 3. And what is 2 pi minus pi by 6? It is tangent 11 pi by 6, that is equal to minus 1 by root 3. So from here what do I get? I get x equal to 11 pi by 3 6 sorry. That means the principal solution of tangent x equal to minus 1 by root 3 is r, because there are two, that are 5 pi by 6 and 11 pi by 6. I hope you understand it. So in this way we can find out the principal solutions. Now if you want to find general solutions, how will you find that? So that you can find taking example 21. Example 21 is cos x is equal to 1 by 2. For what value of x is cos 1 by root 2, 1 by 2 sorry, that is cos x equal to cos of pi by 3. Pi by 3 means 60 degree, because for pi by 6, at cos pi by 6 we get 1 by 2. Okay, now we have got the same form, that is cos x equal to cos y. That was in our theorem number 2. Now if cos x is equal to cos y, what is the general solution for cos? It is that x will be equal to 2n pi plus minus y. Okay, now what is our y here? Here our y is pi by 3. Okay, so what we will get then? X will be equal to 2n pi plus minus, it will be same, and we will replace just the value of y by pi by 3. So it is the general solution of this question. Only to find general solutions you have to learn the results of this theorem, that if we are given sine where x can give us general solutions, if we are given cos where we can get our general solutions, and same for tangent. Now think, if it is given cosec, secant or cotangent, so what we can do? Cosec x is equal to 1 by sin x. Okay, secant x is equal to 1 by cos x, and cot x is equal to 1 by tangent x. Okay, so whatever will be the general solution for 1 by sin x, same will be for the cos x. Similarly in these two cases. Okay, so means if we are given cosec, first we will convert into sine, and for sine we will use the formula, means we will find the general solutions. Okay, now see, now example number 22, that is tangent 2x is equal to minus cot x plus pi by 3. We have to solve it. We have to solve it means we have to find the value of x. So first of all, what we can do? We can convert this cot into tangent. Okay. So this is all our y. So we will convert into tangent y. So this remains as it is, tangent 2x as it is. It will be cot of pi by 2 plus. Why we are using plus? Because here it is negative. and it is negative, so we will take pi by 2 plus. And why we are not using pi or 2 pi here? Because we have to change the phase, we have to convert cot into tangent, and sorry, here will be tangent. Okay, we have changed the phase, and this angle our y will be same, means this x plus pi by 3 will be as it is. Okay, means think of it, if we are converting this into cot, means if we are going to solve it, we will get the same, minus cot x plus pi by 3. Okay, now what I get is tangent 2x is equal to tangent of, I can add pi by 2 and pi by 3, I get x plus 5 pi by 6. Okay, so from here I get 2x is equal to n pi plus x plus 5 pi by 6. Why? Because in general solutions of tangent, if tangent x is equal to tangent y, then x is equal to n pi plus y, and pi is same. And what is our y? Our y is this, that is x plus 5 by 6. Now to find the value of x, now 2x is equal to n pi plus x plus 5 pi by 6, where n belongs to z. Okay, if I divide it by 2, no sorry, not divide, if we, now I can take this x this side, because we need the value of x, so I get x is equal to n pi plus 5 pi by 6, where n approaches to, n belongs to z, z means integers. So this is the value of x here. Okay, now example number 23. Sin 2x, example 23 is sin 2x minus sin 4x plus sin 6x equal to 0. Okay, now I can use the formula of sin A plus sin B, sin A plus sin B on these, because these are adding. So what I will get, 2 times of sin 2x plus 6x by 2 into cos of 2x minus 6x by 2, and minus sin 4x equal to 0 as it is. Okay, so what I will get, 2 times sin 4x, 2x plus 6x, 8x, 8x by 2, 4x, and cos 2x minus sin 4x equal to 0. Okay, now I can take sin 4x common, so sin 4x taking common, I get 2 times cos 2x minus 1 is equal to 0. Now if we got this, then either sin 4x is equal to 0 or 2 cos 2x minus 1 it is equal to 0. Okay, now we know sine is in sine function is 0 at n pi, so I get 4x is equal to n pi, and from here I get x is equal to n pi by 4. Okay, one value of x I got. Now we'll get second from here. 2 cos 2x is equal to 1. Cos 2x is equal to 1 by 2. Where is cos 1 by 2? Cos is 1 by 2 at pi by 3. So cos 2x is equal to cos pi by 3. So from here I get 2x is equal to 2 and pi plus minus pi by 3. Why? Because when cos x is equal to cos y, then x is equal to 2 and pi plus minus y for the null solution. And same I got here. Now if I divide the whole equation by 2, so I get x is equal to n pi plus minus pi by 6. Where n belongs to z, z again means integer. Okay, this n will always belong to integer. Okay, understood this question? Similarly, you can solve example number 24. Now it is our exercise. So today you can try this exercise 3.4 in your rough notebook, and tomorrow we are going to solve this exercise. Okay, thank you.